Welcome back to back to Live to Explore. Today we are doing episode 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, and we are doing this one is called Seize the Wind. When last we saw our hero Playmaker Yusaku, is that how it's pronounced? Properly? Every time his buddy says Yusaku, so it's very fast and everything. So anyway, Yusaku is battling the Knight of Hanoi Spectre, and we are about to do our first battle of this particular Yu-Gi-Oh series. And here's the thing. I mean, I've mentioned it before. I'm not a real big Yu-Gi-Oh fan. I'm doing this for my son, giving him encouragement, of course, and having a competition with him. So let's talk about the battles. This battle actually takes the entire episode. We had 0 battle before. Now we have 1 battle that is taking the entire episode. Okay. This is what's called a Speed Duel. I think it's a bit of a misnomer because they stretched it out for the entire episode. But it's a shortened type of battle. There's fewer cards laid out. There's fewer spaces. I've seen just enough to see some of the stuff in the past that I do understand that's what's happening. And so it gives opportunity. So they're riding this desert wind. Okay, they're both on essentially some kind of surfboards, where they're both surfing. And Spectre pulls out, gets like perfect hand dealt out, and he makes pulls out all the things that he needs to do to get Cracking Dragon, which is his ace in the hole. Starts off with his biggest thing, okay, which is pretty impressive. Okay, so our Playmaker. It doesn't have as good of a deck, and so our AI Ignis wants to help, but he's not letting him at first. So, but he explains the Speed Duel in very short, misses a few packs. So, but anyway, the duel occurs, and because and our hero Playmaker is using cards from an unknown deck, not unknown, but unseen deck. Supposedly it was the Cyberse was supposed to have been gone for the past 5 years, and all the Cyberse players were supposed to have been destroyed or stopped or annihilated or something along those lines to reduce them. So it was really unusual that he has a Cyberse deck. Still, he has an inferior deck to Spectre, but all the finaglings happen. He ends up in what's called a desert. He ends up what's called a data storm, which looks like a tornado in the system, in the AI system. So he ends up inside of this, and apparently in there he can use a special skill, and he collects a monster from there, which is a special that nobody has seen before. He instantly masters it, which really impresses the AI. He instantly masters it and uses it and wins the battle. Okay, now I know it's long and short. It was a 20-minute show with take out all the commercials and get rid of the opening and ending credits. It was about 20 minutes of show, and I just gave that to you in about 3.5 minutes. But really, that's the long and short of it. He is an impressive player, and he's able to win. See, here's the thing about these stories. The kids are great. They love the card games, and the card games were kind of getting big. The battling with cards was starting to get big. When I was full grown adult and like 30 years old, I did some Dungeons and Dragons when I was younger. Not a lot, but some. And so I can understand the appeal to it. But it's a very complex game. You have to really know your cards and understand how they're played in order to do this. And it's fairly impressive the kids actually learn some of this stuff. So anyway, but that was pretty much the second episode. At one point in time, if you recall, in the first episode, I don't know the name of the character, the girl that was initially supposed to be battling. She was saved by Playmaker in the first episode. She pays him back for that in the second episode and gives him a chance, because at one point in time he is completely knocked off his board, and he's falling. If you touch the ground, you're dead. Right, you're done. And so she saves him and says, aha, now we're even. Whereas the other guy that was supposed to play is upset. And he, because Playmaker is stealing all of his thunder. They're paying more attention to him. You can see this is going to cause a problem. He's probably going to, at least for a period of time, at least some point in time, he's going to try to attack Playmaker. My guess is that he is going to attack Playmaker, and Playmaker is going to defeat him, and then they're going to become friends. That's my guess. That's kind of how these shows work. We'll see what happens. Am I a fan of it yet? No, I understand the appeal for the younger crowd who gets into the card games. Like I said, I used to do some things similar to a certain extent with with Dungeons and Dragons, the role playing. I get that, and so maybe as things go, I'll understand it better and get into it more as I go through an entire season of a show. We'll see what happens. So beyond that, hey, like I said, my son John, he's real sick. He's feeling real horrible. He's actually passed out essentially on the couch right now behind me, I'm hoping get his one of his videos up this weekend. I don't know. I'm going to try to stick to the schedule. That was episode 2. I did enjoy it a little bit. You got a little more depth of character at one point in time. While he was in the data storm, he lists out the 3 reasons he has to win this battle. And, he has some sort of drive. He has some sort of purpose to what he's doing. And I think that's kind of cool that he actually has that. We'll see here. And so, anyway, beyond that, have a great time. Hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good weekend. And I hope Jonathan gets better. So, anyway, I'll talk to you later. We're out of here.